Okay, Tuesday the 30th of November now. I have been shopping. I've got loads of melamine to finish off a wardrobe because we're going to need that. And I've gone and picked a door. It's the same door as the other ones, but it's got some glass panelling in. It's the one going there. So I'm going to do a bit more plastering and I'm going to pick the door. This has all been plastered now. This has all been plastered. I've put a metal bead down that edge there, so that'll take a couple more coats, but that's all been plastered. Happy days. We contacted a woman the other day about buying a kitchen, and she bloody kept us on the hook for about 2 or 3 days, and then decided they weren't going to sell it for a little while. Annoying. Kaz was desperate to get a kitchen. Check out this retro masterpiece. Oh, it's still ticking. We're going to basically put them next to each other, put a unit on top, and that'll give us some drawers and some cupboards to put pots and pans in. It was 60 bucks, so, you know, we can give it away or bin it afterwards. I've ordered some new batteries. I charged the battery out, the battery's almost going to die already. It's basically knackered, rubbish. That door I showed you, that's in the back of the van. I'm going to fit that in a minute, so I might hook this up to the main so we can carry on filming it so you can watch me do that. And also, really, really bad news. The other day the electricity cut out when the plumber was here, and it was like, right, it tripped out in the garden, so went and sorted it. I've come in, put heat on over there, put heat on there, tripped. Basically what's happened is we're on a tariff, and we've asked for it to be upped, and we've just found out for some reason they've kept us on 3-phase. Well, we told them we wanted single phase, and now we haven't got enough electricity coming into the house to run 2 heaters. Well, we're going to need at least 3 or 4 heaters running when we're in here living. They can't come here till potentially next week at the earliest, if not the 28th of December potentially. We're supposed to be moving in this week, end of this week we were going to move in. You know, tomorrow we were going to start bringing stuff here. Karen is devastated, like she is proper gutted and really annoyed. But what can I do? I only realised there was an issue when we plugged in some heaters, and well, we don't normally have the heating on because we're normally grafting. So a bit of a disaster, but anyhow, let's get this door fitted. Okay, I've set everything up now. Originally, when we designed this opening, it was going to be for a sliding door, but along the course of the journey of doing the house, we decided to put a proper door in it. The reason for that is we've always wanted this room to be a snug, and if you've got a sliding door, you're always going to get that sound transfer, and obviously this is a big room, so if it's a little bit cooler, if you've not got the heating on, you're going to get drafts as such, we were thinking. So we decided to go for a proper door. Couple of issues that's created is obviously the head height is a lot higher, so what I will do is I will cut these angle beads, cut that out and drop it. For me, that's easy. This is a door, it's exactly the same as the others, but it's got these little bits of glass in it, which I thought was nice. Bit of a feature because it's like, you know, the main door in, you know, into the big part of the house, so I thought that'd just be nice to do. Obviously this opening was not done with a door in mind as well. So what I've done is I've picked a door as close as. I've put some OSB packers down each side. That will get us nearly there. And then what I have to do is just put some packers up the side. All of this, because it's all dot and dab to the wall, it's all very structurally strong. So it'd just be a case of offering the door in, putting some fixings through, and we're good to go. Easier said than done. I'm going to offer it up and see what it's going to do first, just as a dummy run. This is the problem when you're here on your own. If that falls that way, I'm in trouble. I don't know if you can see it from down there. I'm just going to get the spacing equal up here. Okay, as you can see, that is basically in position. If you can see it, I've just got to try and sort this gap out by just bringing it across a little bit. Obviously, that needs a little bit more because that's a little bit loose, whereas here it'll barely fit in. So what I'll do is I'll just get adjusting, sort it all out, and then we're good to go. And then I'll sort that head detail out. But yeah, it looks nice. Wednesday the 1st, the cold weather seems to have disappeared for a little bit. It's just slightly cold and raining now. Fantastic. So continuing on with this gorgeous door. Not swollen up and not closing yet. As you can see, I've boarded that side. Because I've moved the frame over that way, that board now didn't fit. I didn't have no more board, so I've had to go to the merchants. I bought the sheet that I used over there. That's been replaced, so that one's for there. And then here, I've got a new 600 board to put there. So what I'm going to do now quickly is put the 600 board there, the full sheet there temporarily, because I still got some thermostat cables to bring through and relocate, but I just want that up out the way. And we'll come back when this is done. So this is a before. That's it after. Socket, lights, thermostat. That's what all they are. Right, that's that wall as far as I can do it now, because until I do those cables, I don't want to tape and joint it. I will be doing that soon though. I will be doing that very soon. I've got a door to cut down. I've got to just cut the bottom of the door off. I'm going to get that done, and then I'm going to continue plastering. I'm not going to show you it because you see me cut down doors and you see me plastering, so I'm going to crack on. The family will be along later, and we're going to have a little play around with some electrics to see how much we can blow the electrics, because we haven't got enough of a supply coming into the house. Okay, it's now Thursday the 2nd of December. Off camera, one of my friends come over. We got all these units roughly in place. Really annoying, like Kaz wants it like this, but when we put a worktop on top of there, it's going to be right in the way of the sockets, but it is all temporary, so we just have to put up with it. I'll let her have a think about it. I think maybe we should just leave it as is without a worktop. The table has now been turned into my tool station. Just tidied it up a little bit. I'm going to be up in the attic today at some point. I'm going to start clipping all of the electric cables in place where I can, and then I will start laying some of the insulation. But just to warm me up for the day, we've got all this melamine to build this wardrobe here. If we get it done, it means obviously Kaz can start with sorting the place out and getting things in position. So I thought I would get that done. The beds have been taken down. They're up for sale. If you want to buy some nice IKEA beds, hook me up. So that's cleared all this space in here. Basically, what's happening is the other bed's coming in here. Kaz has obviously been thinking of designs herself, and that's what she wants to happen. So that's what I'm making happen for her. But let's crack on with all these bits of melamine. Make it all. Okay, I've got all my tools set up, everything in place. I'm using the plasterboard metal fixings. These are pretty much the best ones you can use. They're really handy, and also if you ever change your mind at a later date, they're really easy to undo and take material off the wall. Now it's winter, I regret having such high ceilings, so obviously it's more space to heat, but we know it's normally hotter than it is colder here, so we will benefit. But one of the downsides is most materials in France are 2.5 metres, like loads, like you can buy everything. So this melamine is 2.5, ceiling height's 3 metres, just under. So I put a bit of plasterboard along here to support the weight, so I'll lift it up, screw it in place. It just makes everything really hard, because normally you can just move stuff into position, have a little foot lifter or a little wedge and hold it in position. Whereas this, I've got to hold it basically half a metre off the floor, which is extremely difficult to do, as well as fixing it and drilling it all on your own, especially when you're knackered and bust up like I am at the moment. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the back wall on first, and then I'm going to do the side bits. The side bits, I bought 2 500 bits, which have all got the holes drilled in for shelving. For now, this is going to be open with just one bar down the middle, but to future-proof it, I thought potentially we might put another 500 in the middle, so then that way we can put loads of shelves in so far and then have a rack either side in the middle. I think once Kaz sees my idea, I think she'll like that. But that's the plan. Right, I'll get screwing. Okay, all being well, this should just lift into position. I should just be able to screw it once to pin it in position, and then I'll put all the pilot holes through and then put all the fixings in. All being well. we say, all being well. Okay. I just got to trim a little bit off. Because it's a suspended ceiling system and metal frame, and obviously you get slight discrepancies, i.e. slightly out of square, out of plumb. In this case, I've put that across nice and level, but obviously that ceiling might just be slightly out. From down here it looks like about that much, so I can either drop the packer or cut a little bit off, so I'll quickly sort that. Okay, quick check with my laser, it was 3mm out from that being parallel with that, so not a big deal, so I've just adjusted it, and we will go again. Okay, that's all nice and plumb. It's all as it should be. I'll get that fixed now. Okay, the next piece is cut, ready to offer up. You can see why sometimes I just say I'm not going to film it, because all you see is my back and it's boring as hell. Right, we'll come back when it's all done. Okay, we are nearly there. I've changed the plan slightly. I'm going to put a 400 board here rather than the 500 that I bought, which means I haven't got it, so I'll have to buy that. That basically means this will tie in amazingly. I didn't think it would. It's only as it's now been built, it actually works out really well. Kaz is here. She's just going to hold my laser just so we can mark exactly where the rail is going to go. So we've been offering it up and deciding where it's going to sit. Custom made wardrobe for the princess. See that line there? Laser holder. Okay, right. I'm going to cut that bar, put that in, and that's all we'll be doing on this project for now. And I'm going to fit some door stops. Woohoo! So I bought this little kit from Leroy Merlin. In French, it's a support d'extremité. In Espanol, it's soporte lateral. In Polish, it's supporte d'extremidad. Or as we say in English, it's a mountain flange. Mountain flange, eh? A little bit of flange. I like doing little jobs like this. It's all adding towards, you know, the house getting there. The only reason I'm fitting them is it gets out of the way. I bought it, so it's like, right, I bought it, I'll fit it. That's why I'm going to do the door stops as well. And also with Sky running around like a little menace. I don't want those walls bashed in. Right, we'll come back when I'm fitting the pole, because that's about the exciting bit is. I always like to do these things live. Do you know what, this keeps on happening. I buy brand new stuff and it's already damaged. I've literally just looked there, look. See that? That's with the tower rail as well. I was like, did I drop something on the tower rail? Pretty sure I didn't, and yet it's already damaged. That I definitely didn't drop nothing on. No pressure, it's going to fit, it's going to fit. Happy days, I should hold a few items. Basically, me and Kaz were chatting. We're going to try and buy a nice, like, ready-built unit that'll fit in there along the bottom, so we can put it all in integrated. And then the rest, we'll shelf it. We're going to put another one of these in the middle here. So eventually this will get cut down, and I'll put this either side. And that way we can shelve the whole way up, and then we'll have loads of storage. Right, door stops. Okay, these little door stops that I bought from Leroy again. The selection wasn't brilliant, but
I could have gone for some fancy chrome ones, and you know, there was a few different ones, but I've actually decided to go for some transparent ones. The reason I did that is just sort of like go for that discreet look. Like obviously you want the door stopped, but I don't want my daughter bashing my walls when she runs excitedly through the doors. So I thought I'd buy them. Very tiny little things. According to this, it says a 6mm pilot hole. The only problem is my hammer action drill is out of action. Should have fixed ages ago, but I haven't. Let's see if there's a drill through. Okay, so my little drill bit went through the travertine easy, but it's struggling through the squeeze, so I've got my hammer action. This is terrifying, it always is. The travertine, being a natural stone, it can have fractures through it anywhere, and it can be below the surface. Sometimes you can see them, other times not. So I might drill this, and suddenly the tile might just go. What can you do? One thing I am confident of is I won't hit my underfloor heating pipes because they're a little bit further out. That's something you've always got to think of as well once you've installed them. Definitely going to set my depth. I think if water ever come up, I think I'd just cry. I don't much of a crier, but I think I would. I'd be like that. No. That's the other thing, because it's so cold, you know that everything's brittle as well, so you just worry about that. Nice. Got to do the test because you never know if the kids are going to go like that. Right, I'm happy with that. Right, I'll go do the others. Oops, I forgot the melamine was there. But yeah, the door stops and the melamine are all done. Happy days. Architraves. I've got one set left, which is for the door going into utility. They're all done. As you can see, I've taped them up and I've been painting them in. So they're all looking good. Really pleased with it. All come out looking very nice. So very happy. Yes, end of video. Stay tuned for the next one.